There are two kinds of Ram 1500 owners who modify their trucks. The first kind makes smart, targeted upgrades that add real capability, protect expensive components, and make the truck more enjoyable to own for the next 200,000 miles. The second kind spends money on modifications that feel good on paper, look impressive in the driveway, and quietly destroy the HEMI engine and drivetrain underneath. The frustrating part is that both kinds of owners are often buying from the same websites, watching the same videos, and getting advice from the same forums. The difference isn't enthusiasm or budget, it's knowing which modifications actually deliver what they promise, and which ones create problems that don't show up until the warranty is long gone, and the repair bill is entirely yours. I'm going through 7 Ram 1500 modifications that are genuinely worth every dollar, and 4 that are slowly destroying HEMI engines across the country right now. Pay attention to the destroy list because every single modification on it is being recommended somewhere online today as a good idea. It isn't. Let's start with the 7 Worth It mods. Worth It mod number 7, a quality tonneau cover. This is the modification most Ram 1500 owners overlook because it doesn't feel exciting, and it doesn't change how the truck looks from the front. Here's the deal. A quality tonneau cover does 3 things that directly benefit the truck and the owner. It reduces aerodynamic drag at highway speed, which improves fuel economy by 1 to 2 miles per gallon, depending on driving conditions. On a Ram 1500 doing 20,000 highway miles per year, that's a real number that pays back the investment over time. It protects the bed and anything in it from weather, UV damage, and opportunistic theft. And it keeps the bed clean, which matters if you're using the truck for work or hauling anything that needs to arrive dry. The covers worth buying are in the retractable or folding hard panel category. Retrax and Xtang make units that seal properly, hold up to weather, and don't rattle at highway speed. Expect to spend $700 to $1,200 for a quality unit. Soft roll-up covers at the $200 price point don't seal, don't protect adequately, and wear out fast. Buy it once and buy it right. Worth It mod number 6. Cold air intake from a reputable manufacturer. A quality cold air intake on a 5.7 HEMI delivers real, measurable results. Better throttle response, a more satisfying intake sound under acceleration, and modest horsepower gains in the 10 to 15 horsepower range, depending on the specific unit and the rest of the truck's setup. The key word in that sentence is quality. The Worth It version of this modification means spending $250 to $400 on a unit from S&B filters, K and N, or cold air inductions. Manufacturers who have actually dyno tested their products on HEMI applications and tuned the intake tract for that specific engine. These units use high-flow filtration that doesn't sacrifice filtration efficiency for airflow. They come with proper heat shielding that keeps intake air temperature from climbing in the engine bay, and they are calibrated to work with the HEMI's factory tune without confusing the mass airflow sensor. The Worth It intake makes the HEMI breathe better without creating problems. The Destroy version of this modification is covered in the second half of this video, and the difference between the two is more significant than most owners realize. Worth It mod number 5. Transmission cooler. If you tow with your Ram 1500 at any regularity, this modification is not optional. It's the single highest return investment you can make in the long-term reliability of your drivetrain. The factory transmission cooler in the Ram 1500 is sized for average use under average conditions. The moment you start towing near the truck's rated capacity in warm weather, the factory cooler is working at its limit. Add an external standalone transmission cooler, and you drop fluid operating temperatures by 20 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit under load. The 8 HP 708 speed behind the 5.7 HEMI is a precision transmission that rewards clean, cool fluid and punishes thermal abuse. Keeping fluid temperatures consistently lower extends clutch pack life, extends fluid service intervals, and keeps the valve body functioning with the responsiveness it was designed to deliver. The B&M Supercooler and the Duralis Series 8000 are both quality units that mount cleanly in front of the factory cooler and add meaningful thermal capacity without major modification. Installation runs $150 to $300 at a shop. Compare that to a $4,500 transmission replacement, and the math requires no explanation. Worth it mod number 4. Differential cover upgrade. The factory differential covers on a Ram 1500 are thin stamped steel units with minimal fluid capacity. Replacing them with quality aluminum covers from Mag High-Tech or Dana 60 spec units accomplishes two things that matter for long-term ownership. First, quality aftermarket covers hold significantly more differential fluid, sometimes 50 to 75% more than the factory cover. More fluid volume means lower operating temperatures, slower fluid degradation, and better lubrication during sustained, high-load situations like towing or off-road use. Second, quality aluminum covers dissipate heat faster than stamped steel. For a Ram 1500 that sees any towing, off-road use, or regular high ambient temperature operation, this is a meaningful upgrade. Expect to spend $150 to $250 per axle for a quality unit. Installation is straightforward enough for a confident DIY owner with basic tools. Change the differential fluid at the same time. It's cheap insurance for components that cost $1,200 to $2,400 to rebuild when they fail from neglected lubrication. Worth it mod number 3. Leveling kit, done correctly. A 2-inch leveling kit on a Ram 1500 is one of the most popular modifications in the segment, and when done correctly, it's a legitimate worth it upgrade. It eliminates the factory rake that Ram uses to maintain correct geometry under payload, levels the stance, and allows fitment of slightly larger tires without rubbing. The correctly done version of this modification means spending $150 to $300 on a quality spacer or strut extension from Rough Country's premium line, Bilstein, or ReadyLift. Not a $40 Amazon special with no engineering data behind it. It means getting a proper alignment immediately after installation. And it means staying within the tire size range the leveling kit was designed to accommodate. Typically up to 33-inch tires on a 2-inch level without additional modification. Done correctly, a leveling kit improves the truck's appearance, maintains acceptable geometry, and doesn't create downstream problems. Done incorrectly, it creates every steering and tire wear problem covered in the second half of this video. Worth it mod number 2. Catback exhaust system. A quality Catback exhaust on a 5.7 HEMI is one of the most satisfying modifications available for the Ram 1500 and one of the few performance modifications that delivers exactly what it promises without creating complications. A Catback system replaces everything from the catalytic converters, back, mid-pipe, muffler, and tips. It doesn't touch the emissions equipment. It doesn't affect the factory tune. It doesn't confuse any sensors. What it does is reduce exhaust back pressure, free up 10 to 20 horsepower that the factory exhaust was suppressing, and transform the HEMI's sound from a muffled rumble into the aggressive V8 note this engine was built to make. Borla, Flowmaster, and Corsa all make Catback systems specifically engineered for the Ram 1500 and 5.7 HEMI. Expect to spend $600 to $1,200 depending on the system and tip configuration. Installation is typically 2 hours at a shop. This modification adds real performance, real sound, and zero risk to the engine or drivetrain when purchased from a reputable manufacturer and installed correctly. Worth it mod number 1. A quality tuner from a reputable source paired with supporting modifications. This is the highest ceiling modification on this list, and also the one that requires the most discipline to do correctly. A quality tune on a 5.7 HEMI from Diablo Sport, Super Chips, or Edge products can deliver 20 to 35 horsepower gains, improve throttle response dramatically, optimize shift points in the 8HP70 for the way you actually drive, and allow the MDS cylinder deactivation system to be managed on your terms. The worth it version of this modification means buying from a manufacturer who has specifically calibrated their tune for the 5.7 HEMI application, not a generic flash that treats every engine the same. It means pairing the tune with the intake and exhaust modifications that allow the engine to actually breathe and exhale at the level the tune demands. And it means understanding that a tune is a calibration tool, not a magic power switch. It optimizes what the engine can already do. It doesn't change the fundamental limits of the components. Done correctly, a quality tune is the modification that ties everything else on this list together and makes the HEMI feel like a significantly more capable engine than it left the factory as. Now let's talk about the 4 modifications that are destroying HEMI engines. Destroyer mod number 4. A cheap cold air intake without proper calibration. Here's the problem with the $80 to $120 cold air intake sitting on Amazon with 4.5 stars and 2,000 reviews. It was not designed for your specific HEMI application. The intake track diameter, the filter housing position, and the filter media were chosen based on cost, not engineering data for the 5.7-liter HEMI. When an intake tube of the wrong diameter feeds air past the mass airflow sensor at a velocity the sensor wasn't calibrated to read, the sensor sends incorrect data to the ECU. The ECU uses that data to calculate fuel delivery. Incorrect airflow data means incorrect fuel trim. The engine runs lean in conditions where it should be running at stoichiometric ratio. Running lean under load generates excess heat in the combustion chamber. Excess combustion heat over time causes detonation events your knock sensors catch and compensate for it, but compensation has limits. It also accelerates wear on piston rings, valve seats, and combustion chamber surfaces. The HEMI was not designed to run lean. A cheap intake makes it do exactly that every time you get into the throttle. Spend the money on a quality unit from a manufacturer who tested it on your engine. The difference in price is $150 to $250. The difference in outcome is the engine either running correctly or being slowly damaged by incorrect fueling every single drive. Destroyer mod number 3. Deleting or disabling the MDS system incorrectly. The multi-displacement system in your 5.7 HEMI deactivates 4 cylinders at light load highway cruising to improve fuel economy. A lot of Ram 1500 owners don't like it. They feel the transition between 4 and 8 cylinder mode, they don't trust the technology, and they want it gone. That instinct isn't entirely wrong. The MDS system does add complexity, and the lifters associated with it have a documented failure history when lubrication is compromised. But here's where the Destroyer mod comes in. Disabling MDS incorrectly through a cheap tune that simply commands the system off without properly recalibrating the fuel, ignition, and valve timing parameters around that change. Leaves the engine running 8 cylinders with fuel and ignition maps that were still partially optimized for 4-cylinder mode transitions. The result is an engine that runs correctly most of the time but has subtle calibration errors under specific load conditions that generate heat, increase fuel consumption beyond what straight 8-cylinder operation should cost, and in some cases cause misfires under light throttle. If you want to disable MDS, do it through a quality tune from a reputable manufacturer that fully recalibrates the engine management system around the change. Don't do it through a cheap module that plugs into the OBD port and tells the computer a lie it wasn't designed to handle. Destroyer mod number 2. An aggressive tune or flash without supporting modifications. This is the most expensive mistake on this list and the one with the most dramatic failure potential. A tune that adds 40 to 50 horsepower to a 5.7 HEMI is asking that engine to produce combustion events of higher intensity than the factory calibration ever intended. The factory calibration was conservative for a reason. It was designed around the factory air intake's airflow capacity, the factory exhaust back pressure characteristics, and the factory fuel system's delivery rate. Push the tune past what those supporting systems can deliver, and the engine is trying to make power. It doesn't have the airflow or fuel to support cleanly. The result is detonation. Detonation on a HEMI is not a minor inconvenience. It is an uncontrolled combustion event that sends pressure spikes through the combustion chamber that the pistons, rings, and rod bearings were not engineered to absorb repeatedly. One detonation event causes no visible damage. 1,000 of them over 20,000 miles rounds off ringlands, fatigues rod bearings, and scores cylinder walls. By the time you feel the consequences, the engine needs a rebuild. An aggressive tune belongs on an engine that has the intake, exhaust, and fuel system modifications to support it. Without those supporting mods, it's a destruction schedule disguised as a performance upgrade. Destroyer mod number 1. A high lift kit without matching drivetrain upgrades. Lifting a Ram 1500 more than 3 inches without addressing what happens to the front CV axles. The pinion angle and the front drive shaft geometry is one of the most reliable ways to spend money, destroying a truck that didn't need help destroying itself. Here's exactly what happens. Every inch of lift increases the operating angle of the front CV axles beyond their design specification. The factory CV axles on a Ram 1500 are engineered to operate within a specific angular range at ride height. A 6-inch lift without correction puts those axles at angles that generate heat in the CV joints on every revolution of the front wheels. The joints wear faster than the mileage on your odometer suggests they should. They vibrate, they click in turns, then they fail. Replacing front CV axles on a Ram 1500 runs $600 to $1,200 depending on whether you do it yourself or pay a shop. And that's before addressing the rear pinion angle changes a high lift creates, which put the rear drive shaft U-joints under abnormal load that generates vibration at highway speed and accelerates U-joint wear. A lift kit above 3 inches on a Ram 1500 requires caster correction, adjustable control arms to correct pinion angle, and an alignment specifically calibrated for the new geometry. Without those supporting modifications, the lift kit doesn't just look wrong, it's actively destroying the drivetrain components underneath the truck every mile it's driven. Here's the truth about modifying a Ram 1500. The worth it list and the destroy list aren't separated by price or by intention. They're separated by whether the modification was chosen with an understanding of what the HEMI and the drivetrain underneath it actually need. Every mod on the destroy list is being done right now by Ram owners who genuinely believe they're improving their truck. The worth it list gives you the modifications that deliver what they promise without writing a repair bill 6 months from now. Your HEMI was built to last. Spend your modification budget on things that honor that engineering instead of undermining it.